Hey everyone, this is Jess, Airbnb superhost and coach. Today I wanted to actually walk you through the entire process, a tutorial on how to set up your Airbnb listing on the Airbnb hosting platform, which is going to be a different platform than the one you use as a guest or when you're looking for property to stay in. So if you want to get to the hosting platform, you can click the link in the description and that will take you to this exact page. Now, this is my affiliate link because I'm an Airbnb host myself. If you use this link, the Airbnb will actually give you an extra $40 after you get your first reservation or your first booking. So you can only get that if you use this specific link that would take you to this exact page. All right, so before I walk you through this process, you're going to want to have a couple things. So the first thing you're going to want is you want to have your photos of your listing. You also are going to have to need information about your property for when you go and you select which amenities are there, what is inside your Airbnb unit, what it looks like, where it's at, etc. Okay, so you're going to want some pictures and basic information. And the other thing you're going to need is your Airbnb titles. So I put a couple examples of titles here. You can pause this video if you want to read those over, as well as a description. Okay, now a lot of the times people will kind of skimp on their description. They make it super short or they just make a list of amenities, but it needs to really be written out in a paragraph, or you can even use bullet points, some type of structure that is creative as well as captivating, professional and interesting to read, right? It makes people want to go see it or want to stay there. Now, if you guys are really struggling in this department, a lot of hosts do. We are trying to get into Airbnb hosting. We're not exactly trying to get into copywriting. So if you guys are struggling in that department or want to get more ideas like this example here, I did a video where you can actually use ChatGPT to write this description for you. And that's a free website to use. So I will link that video in the description as well. If you're struggling on your description or on your titles, you can go watch that video and it should help you out as well. Okay, so back to this page. We're going to go ahead and just set up our listing. This is going to be a walkthrough video, so let's go ahead and set it up. Okay, it's going to tell you around a ballpark that you will earn as soon as you put in your city. So we're going to put Scottsdale, Arizona here, and let's say just 4 guests, okay? Now you get to choose entire home, private room, or shared room, and you can see the kind of average or your, I guess, estimated potential changes, right? So a shared room where maybe someone is staying with another guest, obviously you earn a little less with something like that. A private room, what this means is that they have a private room, but it's in a shared overall house. So maybe there'll be multiple guests, using the kitchen or living spaces. Or if you're a host and you're renting out a private room, which is more likely the case, then you, the host, actually live at that property. You will be present on the property, and this particular guest is simply renting out a private room in that house. Now, entire home, this is where you can earn the most money, but an entire home or an entire unit means that the host is not at the premises, at the house. So the guest has the entire home to themselves. Now you can do this as a host and you can still live in another dwelling on the property, right? Something like that. And you can still classify it as entire home because you're not living or you're not staying at that unit. So we'll go ahead and do our city, how many guests we can sleep, and the entire home. And we'll get started. Okay, so it's basically walking us through these steps. First, we're going to tell Airbnb about our place, and then we're going to add the photos and finish it up and publish. They make it a very straightforward process, so it shouldn't be too difficult to go through this for you. So we're going to tell it about our place. So you guys get to pick here. Scroll down and figure out which most likely represents your house. Is it a tiny home? Is it a farm? Maybe a guest house behind your property? Is it a cave? Maybe not. A camper RV. or a house. We'll just put house in this particular example. And then we're going to choose if it's the entire place, a room, or a shared room. So we'll hit entire place. And then we are entering our address, okay? So Scott's. I'm not going to put a specific address just for the purpose of this video, okay? All right, so then we can show the specific location. Now, it's important to notice if you turn this on, they only share your address after they've made a reservation. So you can turn that on, or not. That is kind of up to you. Let's go ahead and hit next. Okay, and we'll say that this is the right pin. Again, it can't find that specific address because I just put a random, 123 Main Street for the address. Okay, so this is where we get to kind of edit through these specifics. So guests, I put that mine can house 4 guests. Remember, the more people can stay at your place, the more money you are going to make. So that's why oftentimes in an Airbnb unit, you'll have like a pull-out sofa or an extra air mattress. Something like that, just so you can have more guests. Bedrooms, we'll say it has 2 bedrooms, and it has 3 beds, and there's going to be, we'll say 2 bathrooms. Okay, so we're going to make our place stand out. So we're going to go ahead and basically utilize the information that we have, our information on our unit as well as the photos. And we're already into step 2, guys, so that's how quick it is. All right, so what does your place have to offer? A lot of the times you're going to have the basics, so I'm going to go through and put for mine. You guys can, if you're following along, just either pause this video or do it with me. Okay, then I'll hit next. Now we're going to add the photos. So we're going to find our pictures. I put these all in one folder just so they're easy to find. Okay, and then it has all of our photos uploaded. All right, so it is going to tell us on the photos, and you can always go back and change this later, but it's going to tell us which photo our cover photo is. If you want to change that cover photo, let's say I want it to be this one, then I just find the photo that I want to be the cover photo. I click those 3 dots in the top corner, and I hit Make Cover Photo. And that way it'll put like the exterior of the home first, if that's what you would like it to be on. If your listing doesn't have exterior pictures, or you would rather showcase the interior of your home, then make sure the first picture there is I almost said livable space, but something like a living room, kitchen, instead of like a bedroom or bathroom, okay? So that's important just to make it look appealing. Okay, and then we'll hit next once we have our photos. This is where we are going to import our title here. Now they are going to limit us, and I think they took down the characters. They limited the characters, I guess I should say. So we'll put like entire unit. You'll see that pretty common. Entire unit with mountain views. So what you want to do in your title, actually, let me go back. What you want to do in your title is you want to have the location. So you could even change this to entire unit. 5 minutes from 5 minutes from Scottsdale. All right, so put the location or what it's nearby. If it's the mountain views, that's fine. And then put something relevant to the property. So maybe it's a tiny house, close to Scottsdale, something like that. Okay. Now let's describe the house. So you get to actually pick these bubbles here. Let's do peaceful, unique, spacious. You can only choose 2 apparently, so we'll just do that. And then your description. We're going to go and copy and paste our description into there. And it looks like we have to take off some of this. So let me see. And you're going to edit, when you get these descriptions, you can edit them. You can go back and edit everything that we are looking for here. So I'm going to take out this. And I'll take out the sentence here. Okay, and then we'll hit finish up and publish. So this is the last final step. It does make it a lot easier if you guys have your photos ready, your title, and your descriptions, although you may have to edit it. Like it looks like on the title and the description, they took down the characters. So what I originally had was too long, and I just had to go edit it. All right, so we're going to say we want to approve or decline requests. And our first reservation, we will want to be an experienced guest. It's just a little safer, more reliable. Okay, now you set your price. And I have other videos about setting the price because that is more than I can get into in this one video. But pricing optimization and having a pricing plan and a pricing structure is super important. You never want to just set the same price for, every single night. So you need to have a strategy and a plan in place. But again, this is kind of a ballpark to get you started based on what you input. But you're going to want to go back and change your pricing structure. All right, so we can put these discounts. This is basically some marketing tools in there. And you can do that if you'd like to or not. And does your property have any of those things? It does not. And then important things to know. And then we just review our listing. So it's going to show how it looks to guests. After that, you just confirm a few details and you publish like your identity as a host, right? You'll need to confirm that. Set up your bio, your little about me section as a host. That way any guests can read more about you. Then you set up your calendar. You adjust your settings like your house rules. And again, I have more videos on all of these things. So you guys can go learn about that in other areas. But this was, again, just a video showing you how to go through a walkthrough tutorial of how to set up your listing. So hopefully that helped. And then that's the last step. So when you click next, it is going to publish that listing. If you need to, if you're not ready to go live with your listing, you can still hit publish, but just make sure that you go and set up your calendar now, and block out those dates until you're ready to actually open them up again. So it's okay to publish. If you're still not ready to book, just make sure you go and set up your calendar so that you won't get any bookings. So that's all. If you guys have any questions related to Airbnb hosting, or if you found this video helpful, please leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe for more Airbnb tips. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next one.